These movies are really often quest movies. It's all about finding something and going to strange places to do it. I wanted to go to real locations that were exotic and unusual to the audience, and it was hard to think of places that hadn't been seen a lot on film.
Cambodia is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Angkor Wat is what, the largest spiritual building in the world. And it was stunning.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. The lilies and the reflection of everything. Unbelievable. Well, originally, I wrote the idea to be the Great Wall in China, but it was not possible to organise getting to China in time. The alternative was to build the Great Wall in Scotland. And the prospect of shooting in Scotland in the winter didn't appeal to me that much. And also, when I thought about it, I realised that the Great Wall would only give me sort of one big element, and I needed so much more. So I looked around the world for other great settings, and I happened to come across Cambodia. All the time you're walking, you're trying to see that.
Okay. You walk amongst those temples, and the scale is so enormous, and the detail is so rich that it's beyond comprehension. You can only just marvel.
No films have been shot there since the early 60s, so there's a whole generation out there that have never seen a film set in that environment. And also this great undiscovered temples there in the jungle that have been abandoned for 400 years, and so they have trees growing up through the roofs of them, and you just can't build that kind of scale and reality and have the real insects, the actors really sweating because it's so hot. It looks totally real because you're there.
And action! You must get the clock back, Lara, and destroy it.
Things happened that you couldn't really plan.
256, okay, take one!
And we had 100 Buddhist monks in orange robes suddenly walk past you, and so you turn all the cameras around, and so, you know, we have to have that in the film, because how often do you get 100 Buddhist monks walking past this temple?
She comes here to center herself, to find help, and they heal her. I think the lesson learned here is to listen to people, to be open to things, to look around you. She's led by the magic of the place.
The Cambodian sequence is a very mystical part of the film. It's where a lot of things come together in terms of the story and in terms of Laura's understanding of her past and herself.
You know, it's kind of, in a way, is a spiritual heart to the film, and I think it touched us all in quite a profound way.
It's actually magic here. I just stepped out of the middle of chanting, and I don't think I've ever been so calm in my entire life.
I think that's my favourite costume, and it's almost the only bit of colour in the whole film. And it is, in fact, oddly a colour that she loves. And they give her some pieces of fabric which are in the monastery. And it's inappropriate for a woman to wear the orange, which the monks wear. So we had to kind of try and make her look like she'd been given something by them, but without wearing the colour that they wear. Simon put her so that the sun shone from behind her, and I just thought she looked luminous.
And cut. And boy, chop. It did take a huge amount of organisation. We had to send people over here, months in advance to arrange everything.
We've recruited pretty much all the staff you see here because as the locations team, we've been here the longest.
They were all very good. Timing is perfect. Well done.
Everybody has been well impressed by the locals. Same with the extras. They've been phenomenal. They've never done this before. This is the first time.
Hi guys!
They've never had to pull down the East Gate at Angkor Thom. It's not a normal thing. It's not a day job for these guys. They're rice farmers.
Come on, Paul! Paul is coming!
The extras are terrific. Some of the best extras I've worked with in the world. They're natural actors. It's been, one of the most pleasurable experiences for me shooting anywhere in the world.
Through this film and just being in this environment, I've learned a lot about the world. It seems so small, and this girl packs up, and her life is about exploring the world, understanding what it's about, and so I got to do that, and it changed my life.